The open ocean, a realm of vast and powerful forces, home to the largest animals on our planet. Far from land and thousands of meters deep, its limitless blue is punctuated by bursts of frenzied action. But at night, the open ocean changes. Billions of animals rise from the deep. Strange new creatures. Animals that thrive in impenetrable dark. This is the greatest migration on Earth. Now, one man plans to do what no one has done before. He will enter a strange and dangerous nighttime world and attempt to film this epic movement of animals by immersing himself in it as it happens. His aim: to unlock the secrets of the Great Migration. Marine biologist and acclaimed underwater cameraman Rick Rosenthal has spent more than 30 years filming the creatures of the open ocean. Most of the time, he films during the day, when there is enough light for his cameras. But now, he plans to film a nighttime phenomenon: a vast vertical migration. Billions of deep-water animals rise from the abyss to feed in darkness on plankton near the surface. By rising at night, they avoid detection by daylight predators. At dawn, they descend again to the safety of deep, dark water. These concentrated layers of animals are so dense that honestly, military submarines can hide beneath them, undetected. In terms of sheer numbers and biomass of animals, it's actually the largest migration on Earth. I've been lucky enough to film a lot of cool animals and natural history events in the open ocean. But there's one spectacle I've never seen. And that's the vertical migration of animals from the deep up to the surface at night. Several years ago, I was diving way off Costa Rica, and when I jumped in the water, I was treated to an underwater ballet by mobula rays. There were also dozens of species of juvenile fish, many we'd never seen before, including baby sailfish. So this really fired me up to do more work in the dark. So what I'd like to do is go out in the open ocean at night, jump in the water with a camera, and film this great vertical migration. It's a huge challenge. The vertical migration only occurs in the open ocean, and only in certain areas. So Rick must draw heavily on 3 decades of experience. By day, subtle signs in the ocean will lead him to places where life congregates. These are the areas that are most likely to be active by night. His search starts in the tropical Pacific. With veteran captain Dennis Bishop aboard the MV Coco, standing meters off, Rick searches for signs of marine life. Rick says, "I'm looking for birds that might be swooping low over the water. I'm looking for a distant blow from a dolphin or a whale, and I'm looking for fish that are cutting through the water or breaking the surface." These signs in the sea are so important for us to find anything out there. It's just too expansive, too big. Title: Shadows Emerge. Rick is searching here because he saw a blow of spray from a whale. The whale might have moved on, but a telltale smooth patch suggests that something large is hidden below. At first, he sees nothing. A 2-kilometer column of water, lifeless and empty, until vague shadows emerge. Pilot whales. They feed on deep water squid, which form an essential part of the nightly migration. If there are whales on the surface, there may be life far below, waiting to rise up at night. Then another shape in the blue, an oceanic white tip shark. When I'm in the water and I see these shadows, it's not about being frightened or anything. You're pumped up, you're excited. The shark is a surface feeder and an opportunist. The whales offer the chance of an easy meal. When I see sharks and whales get close to one another, I go into a hunting mode. Because something's going to happen here. It looks like the shark is trying to frighten the whales into defecating before they dive. During the day, there's often very little food in the open ocean. The shark has developed a way to steal a meal from the whales. A red plume is a sign that the whales have been eating squid. I can see the shark picking off bits of squid in the feces trail. These oceanic white tip sharks are considered top predators. But, when they feed in this manner, their reputation is certainly suspect. The whales dive. They can reach depths of meters, far deeper than Rick or the shark can follow. Their diving ability allows the whales to feed on deep sea squid all day. Most other predators must wait for night and the vertical migration. The shark swims on. All animals here are nomads, constantly in search of food or a mate. For now, Rick is alone again in the blue. But, the fact the whales were here suggests the area has potential. Rick decides to stay and see what happens next. And after a while, Rick finds another promising sign. Where 2 currents meet, the nutrients from both become concentrated. A line of fertile water in the otherwise featureless ocean. That current line is another indicator that we're in the right area. So if you're in one, stay with it. It's kind of like a highway. Phytoplankton flourish here. These are microscopic plants that need both sunlight and the nutrients carried by the currents. They are the foundation of the food chain here in the open ocean. And, they're a feast for a school of surface-dwelling anchovies. But the anchovies have a problem. The bright light makes them an easy target for predators. It's not long before a school of skipjack tuna arrives, and, well, a feeding frenzy begins. By the time a silky shark appears just minutes later, only a handful of anchovies remains. The shark picks off the crippled fish, which the tuna have left behind. But the plankton the anchovies were feeding on remain. Food for more cautious creatures that only come to the surface in the dark. I think we're really close now. There's lots of plankton and bait fish in the water, and we're drifting over a deep underwater canyon. Searching by day has paid off. This spot attracts life, thanks to currents and seafloor geography. It's time for Rick and Dennis to refine their search still further. Dennis, I'm seeing them thrash through flotsam and animals under it. I think we're in a good spot. What do you got? Yeah, I can see it a little farther than you. It goes all along the edge out there. I see... there's a log over there. Okay, we're gonna go for it. There, you're good. Camera? I've got the camera. Very good. Got your gear. Dennis has spotted a log in the distance. This kind of flotsam can act like a tiny mobile reef, creating shelter for many species of fish. If life gathers here by day, there's every chance Rick will be in the thick of the action at night. As we get close to it, I'll get in and I'll swim over to it. A pod of spotted dolphins heads in the same direction. That's another encouraging sign. Rick gets in a few hundred meters from the log. It looks to him like the dolphins are feeding here. He's right. These open-jawed postures are a warning to back off. But Rick is not alone in following the dolphins. Yellowfin tuna often hunt together with dolphins, and they appear soon after. No one knows quite why the activity spreads so wide around pieces of flotsam. Perhaps it's simply that the log cannot shelter them all. Finally, Rick reaches the center of the action. But the frenzy is all around him, stretching further than he can see. The dolphins are buzzing and rocketing around the log, chasing the small fish out into the open water. Sperm species spend their entire lives here. How they find something as small as a single log in thousands of kilometers of open ocean is, well, a mystery. But predators and prey are both here in abundance. A black tip shark, a sign that Rick needs to be careful. It's one thing to be a small fish hiding under the log, but if you're a cameraman, you're exposed. You're fair game. There's just too many animals coming in here and joining this feeding frenzy. A sailfish, almost 3 meters long and, capable of incredible speed. Its skin, which is normally bright silver, turns black when it's hunting. And these are, honestly, perfect hunting conditions. Predators will travel hundreds of kilometers for a feast like this. It's not long before Rick is surrounded by ocean giants. They use their huge sails to herd the fish into a group. Then they take turns to lunge through the bait bowl to feed.